Okay, are we ready? Okay, so when you're feeling these amazing desired feelings you have for how you show up in your work and in the world, and you're creating these big dreams and goals, and maybe you've even accomplished them if that's where you want to take this, who are your cherished helpers? Who have helped you to get where you dreamed to go? Who helps you? Not only in your business, but possibly in your life. So I had, who helps me as a video person, an editor, a creative director, a graphics person, a copywriter, an email and content marketer, an admin and a bookkeeper, an accountant, a cook, a fitness coach, a health trainer, and a cleaner. The question is, who helps you when you're accomplishing these big dreams and goals? So you're in this amazing feeling, you've accomplished these big dreams and goals, and then who had helped you to do that? Because, girl, you ain't doing it all by yourself. Am I good to move on? Okay, so this kind of goes back to when I had that comment about Oprah and thinking about those big dreams and goals that I had, and then wondering what it was all for. Like, why do I have them? Why do I want them? So I wanted them to feel appreciated, to feel gratefulness, to have my beach house, to have lots of adventures and travel. I wanted them so I could give back. I wanted them to have a sense of awakening and peace. I wanted them for a sense of understanding and relationships.
Can you repeat that? I'm sorry. The music in the background distracts me.
Okay. Is it good if it just is off instead, or just lower?
Lower would be fine. It's just I find that I'm listening to that versus in my own head.
No problemo. Okay, so you want me to repeat the question?
Yeah.
Okay, so the question was, when you're hanging out in your big dreams and goals with the helpers, feeling your feelings, why? What is it all for? You know, what is it all for? Like, why do you have those goals? Like, what do you really want? So meeting Oprah maybe was for me to feel appreciation or feel a sense of like I had arrived someplace. Similarly to how having my logo on this bottle makes me feel like I'm a big deal, you know. Like, why do you want the things? It could just be because I want them, or it could be because you're really seeking, you know, a sense of belonging, or worthiness, or it's just something you really want to do because it's going to be an expression of you in a way that you feel is how you want it to show up. Okay, can I go on? So we have these feelings. Is everyone sort of feeling it, going there, getting some goods? Okay. So you're in these feelings. You're accomplishing these big dreams and goals. You have these people that you've identified that are going to be your people, your cherished helpers as you create these. You've asked yourself why you really want what you're saying you want. What is really behind what it is that you're really wanting to create. And now I'm going to ask you the dollar figure you see yourself making per year, that not only that you keep, but which part of it circulates. So I wanted to make 500,000 in a year, and I circulate 200,000 of it. So 200,000 of that was going to my cherished helpers, possibly to charities, whatever, you know how we circulate the money. I think it's important I just have a figure in mind, because as you grow and learn, you recognize that either isn't important to you, is important to you, doesn't really make a difference, and you still can achieve those goals, or what it's actually going to fucking take to make that money. Because we are really wanting to stay in alignment with our success blueprint as we work in the world. Okay, we are like right on time. So this was part 1. I was going to let you have a sip of water, or if anyone wants to share any piece of their pie yet or anything, but I'm going to start part 2 in 2 minutes. Were some of you shocked at all by what you said, or knew all of this already?
Adara, can I just ask a question?
Yes, Jacqueline.
Thank you. Sorry, my phone died, so I had to like plug in my computer. So I don't know if I got all the questions. So can I just make sure I've got all of them?
You bet. So the first one was, how did you want to feel when you're working? So that was your desired feeling. What did you hope to accomplish? So what are these big dreams that you have in mind? Who are the people that help you to create those dreams, that your cherished helpers? And what are they all? Okay, so then what the question was, what are these big goals for? So what's sort of the underlying reason or feeling or experience you're wanting to have with these goals? And then the last one was the dollar figure per year that you want to make, and then the part you want to keep and the part you want to circulate. Yeah, okay. All good, Jackie. Okay,
thank you.
For part 2, we're going in. Okay, so this is good. This is going to be the part of the session where it's like, go with the initial feeling, go with your gut, or just allow yourself, like Christy was saying, just to trust that whatever is coming up is what wants to be heard and said. So this is all around your beliefs. So the question is, what do you believe to be true in the world? What do you believe to be true in the world? So these are sort of, I would say, the backbone reasons why you have your business. So your beliefs. Mine are that everyone deserves a life they love, that everyone has a right to choose what works for them, that life is sacred and treasured, that you can be all you wish to be, full of expression, experience, and choice. So those are my underlying core beliefs of the world.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I might be taking this question wrong, but is it that voice in your head, basically, about what you do? Like, because all I'm coming up with is more challenging what I believe to be true in the world. Like, it's hard work, money doesn't grow on trees.
Really? Those are your beliefs?
Yeah.
Okay, well, you got to look at those.
Well, I know. That's why I'm asking, what are we, those
No,
are the first ones that pop up, right? Everything is.
Oh, I get you. But that's interesting, because that would be very cool intel to see where the struggle comes in the business part of things. I would write down those beliefs. Mm-hmm. And then I would probably look at it and be like, is this my belief or something that was passed down to me?
Oh, mama's words.
Oh, mama. Yes. Right. So being able to really identify, your own voice and your own belief separate from ones that you've been told or have heard or have fostered. So I would ask yourself, like your name, yeah, and what you want to believe, what you want to believe, what you wish to believe. And then here's another part to that question. You could say, what do you help others to see? So if you think of your belief system, how do you help others see that and live and see inside to your beliefs? Or what do you bring into the world that you help others see about possibly their beliefs, or how your beliefs play a role in how other people see in the world? Does that make sense? Kind of, sort of. You love me and my long-winded questions. What do you help others to see when it comes to your beliefs? So maybe instead of it being an internal belief, like money doesn't grow on trees, maybe it's a belief about how you see the world. Unless that is how you see it, that money grows on trees. Okay, are we ready to move on the beliefs? All right. So the next one, did you guys at all see? I'm just going to share my screen with you here. What's her nuts? Carmel. Carmel's not what's her nuts. She's an amazing human being, and she is here. And she has a wonderful business called Speak Now Life Coaching, and she works specifically with people around their values. So this is just a quick, brief look at some values. I don't know if you were able to print this up or you're able to see it on your phone. I posted it in the event page, but I just want you to take a peek at this and see which words, if you were to circle, or some that are really standing out to you. I'd like you to pick 6 or 10 of them. And a value is something like how you want to show up in the world. So, and I am speaking about in your business, because I'm saying that your spirit and your business need to align. So if you are to show up in your values in your business, what are some of the word choices that you would use? So I will hold it here for a couple seconds and then I'll drop it down. So mine were freedom, flexibility, free spirit, lifestyle, relationship, and connection. And all my, not to get into a secondary piece, but all my branding and all the things that I put out there have to do with my values. I'm constantly talking about my values. Okay, I'm going to go to the next page here if you want to take another peek. Maybe I can fit more. Hold on. Right here. So what are some of your values, if you were just to look at this, like expressiveness? Oh, that would be one of mine. Openness. trustworthiness. And then after you've sort of gotten 10 or 12, try to narrow that down to 5 or 6 top ones. And then once you have that, it kind of goes back to that last question of what do you help other people see, but what is sort of like your core values? So I had, at the time when I wrote this board, I help people communicate on camera and share their message. So it was like, that was my core value of all the reasons I was seeking freedom, flexibility, free spirit, lifestyle, and relationship and connection, was so that my core value could show up and do this particular work. I'm going to go back up. There you go. So when you think of the top value in your biz, if one of them particularly stood out to you, like capability, or even not even looking at these words, if you want to make up your own words, if you think about what value is to you, I always love to use the dictionary. I even looked up Blueprint. So a value is the regard that something is held to deserve, the importance of, the worth of, the usefulness of something. So what is it that is, you know, your core reason for what it is you do, and how you help people do what. Okay, are we good to move on? Is this going okay for everybody so far? So good? Okay. All right. So we're just getting deeper and deeper. Here we go. Number 8 is, so I love to think of myself that if I was on a mountaintop or I'm in a riot and someone just gave me a fucking megaphone and I have everyone's attention, what do I say? What is my mission? What am I needing to impart on a group of people, a sea of people? I've been given the podium. I have nothing prepared, and I have just a few seconds. What is my message? What am I going to tell these people? What do you think would come out of your mouth? So at the time I wrote, to change the way we do and rejoice in the way that we be, for humans to know themselves on a deeper level and to have fun. So that question's like your mission. Okay, everyone looks like they're writing. Are you ready for the next part? It gets into purpose. So in that case, if you're saying this to, you know, a sea of people you don't know, or someone's just giving you a megaphone, you're on the stand, you've said your piece, you shared your mission, what do you feel is your purpose? Like, what do you feel like you've been called to do? Okay. So you have your calling, you have this calling, it's almost this desire, this fire in your heart, something that just will not lay down or go away, keep showing up. You feel like this is, you know, your higher self, your divinity telling you this is the unique expression you're here to have in the world, and this is the purpose. Mine at the time was igniting the light within is to bring out the light in others so they can truly be and know themselves, to inspire positive change in our hearts and our world. Okay, so you have this. You have this purpose. You've dove into the mission, and now I want to know, who do you best resonate with? I don't want you to think of your target market, your demographic, your geographic. I want you to think of the traits that the people that you work with, the peeps that you have attracted, choose to attract into your life. What are their traits? What do they bring to the table? And who do you love to work with? Like, who do you resonate best with? Who are your people? So I had, this isn't so much them anymore because I've kind of gotten over this part, but it was like people who are stuck in their message or voice. Oh no, I still have that one. People who have a desire to be all they can. People who are willing to participate and imagine. So participation was really important to me, not someone who's like dragging their feet. People who are willing to commit. People who have a dream to become who they've always wanted to be. So who do you work with? Okay, and then the next question is, how do you work with them? So what tangibly do you do for them? Or what is it that the services you provide to them? What is it that you actually do for these people? So I had how I work with them. So how I work with them is I show them what's possible through igniting their passions through writing, mapping, and creating. I shine their light back to them through video. I open them up through Kundalini dance and exploration. I encourage them and their growth and cheerlead them on through connection. This is a really important one, the how you work with them, because for you to be in your desired feeling, you're doing the work that you're here to do with the people that, the traits of the people that you're here to serve. And I'm just going to move on. I know some of you are still writing. Shirley looked like she was ready. Anybody else ready? The next question, I really want you to love on yourself on this one. Really, really open that heart when you ask yourself this and see this in you. I can tell you what these are for you because I know most of you. Is what would be your talents? What are your unique talents and abilities? Doesn't matter if other people have the same talent. Just what are yours? So mine, where I bring fun and playfulness, I see the light and true potential in others, I inspire others to grow, I'm a connector, communicator, igniter, I have a lot of enthusiasm and creativity, I am silly and fun, and I help people get their message out there. So what talents and or gifts and or abilities do you possess that are oh so awesome? So a talent for Carmel would be this calming, safe, sort of like spongy home when someone's expressing themselves. You like really create this like cocoon space. Yeah. And Shirley, oh God, Jesus, you know how to bring people together. And Kim, you're funny, and you're very like forthright and forthcoming, which breaks ice really easy. And Linda, you have this peace to you, this peacefulness where you make space again, sort of an opportunity for creation. Like somehow you're able to like open a space for people to play and express in a really easy way. Oh, Melissa, you're just like all love, girl. You want to help so much. You just like fuck. You so just see like the beauty, honestly, and like every little soul that comes on your seat or wherever. It's just like you can see their beauty. I don't know how else to explain it. It's just like a beauty that you see. It's not necessarily their physical, but their soul. Christy. My little Christy. You're fiery. You have like this real fire in you that gets ignited when you're in creation mode, that really is attractive and fun to play with. You know? You're like, ooh, 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 you know, and you're like, oh, God, this. Yeah. And Jackie, I don't know you. Jacqueline, I'm going to have to get to know you. Okay.
Yeah, you will.
Yay. You seem lovely.
Thank you.
Okay, so you've got these abilities and talents. Yes, we are taking a break. And then we're on to part 3. How are those boards coming together, girls?
Pretty good.
Mine's almost full. I'm gonna need to use my second piece.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm just scribbling mad on paper, and then I'll go back and and do it up nicely later because I keep changing and erasers out.
Hey, Chrissy, that looks so good. You're gonna have to take a picture of that when you're done. I want to see it.
If I can.
So why this is so imperative is because you can kind of put it up somewhere, and anytime you go squirrely or anytime you're like, I don't know what to do, I'm overwhelmed, or like, you know, you just get lost down your shithole, you just come back out and you just look at your board and you'd be like, oh, that's not at all on here, so I just gotta let that go, you know, or just move, I gotta move on. You know, that's not where I want to be. I liked it. It was kind of a good little map to make sure that I was on track to my success blueprint. You guys all have your own definition of success. And to be honest, after we're done the next questions, that is success. When you've not only achieved all of that, but when you're living that. It's not a destination, right? It's a journey. And success is determined by you and how you're being in your journey. So if you're doing all these things that are on your success blueprint, you're feeling it all, you're like, holy fuck, I'm totally successful. Okay. Part 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. I obviously don't speak another language. It was so funny because on here I have learned Spanish, but I didn't do that. So I have a girlfriend wanting to participate, but I'm not going to let her in because it's too late. You missed the boat, Linda. Hold on, I'm just gonna tell her she can't come in because it wouldn't make sense. Okay, you guys ready?
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so I am not a fan of labels. I have played with labels my whole life, and I feel like they boxed me. They contracted me. It felt like, oh, you know, I'm way more than just a marketing coordinator. I'm way more than just a yoga instructor, you know, or whatever. But I'm asking now for you to just put a few labels on some of the jobs that you have, so that you remember that this is sort of how you're choosing to show up if someone needed a label to be able to understand what you do. So for instance, you're showing your boxes, basically. You're showing the world that you play in these boxes. These are the labels, and just get over yourself. You know, these are them. So I had a producer, director, I'm in sales, I speak, I host, I facilitate, I do Kundi dance, I inspire, I connect, I create, and I encourage were some of the boxes that I hang out in. So what are some of your labels?
Adira, I think you can appreciate this one, creative translator, because I think you've probably sent me the most emails saying, how have you been able to understand what was in my head and make it actually happen?
Yes. Creative translator. I love that.
Yep, I just came up with that.
Ah, you are on fire. Love it. Oh, creative translator is so good. Yes, you can make up your own little words too that encompass. Like, I've been told I should be a business doula. I like it, but I just don't think I'm going to go, you know, out with it. But you get it. Like, you know, you're a facilitator, you're a host.
Sounds a little messy.
Sounds bloody. Yeah. Okay. So these are your roles that you're playing in this success blueprint formula. So that's kind of where you're hanging out is another way of looking at it. I always have been a fan. I think I learned it with you, Shirley, back when Lara, you and I and Kate had that meeting. It was like the 4 quadrants. I just freaking love that thing. That's another good one. I might do another session on that. But basically, it's like, where do you want to hang out? Like, I know you could say you're a mother and you're, you know, a bookkeeper or these types of things, but in the labels, you could have mother in there. It's like, those are the roles you're here to play, you know, as you build this out. You're not hanging out over in administration when that is so not a role or a label that you want for yourself. Okay, so here we go. So we have this amazing business. I don't know if you need to look at your kind of paper. You've got your amazing business. You've got the roles you're playing in your business. You've got the way you want to feel in your business. You've got who you're working with in the way of your people, the ones that are attracted to you, how you're working with them. What are some affirmations that you could make for yourself to keep you on plan in the blueprint? So some affirmations that you could tell yourself. So a good affirmation start is either I am, or I, or your name. So I kind of changed it to my name, but I think I liked I better. So I trust the universe. I am creative and independent. I release the past. I allow fresh and vital energy to enter. I let go of control and allow what is, Shirley. And I rejoice in what I see and experience. So some things just to kind of keep me in, like, I'm worthy of, you know, making this amount, or whatever you need to say, tell yourself. And these aren't lies. These are totally course corrections for when you're wanting to keep showing up in your success blueprint.
I actually have a set of affirmations that I wrote for myself. I recorded them and I listen to them every morning. And it's awesome. I highly recommend it.
Okay. So what would yours be? Like, for instance?
Oh, hang on. Okay. So there are things that just I need to say to myself to remind myself.
Why you're doing what you're doing.
Let's see if I can find them. Uh-oh. Oh no, I can't find them in here.
Oh, it's so sucks. Okay, put them in. Maybe put a couple in the event page afterwards, or we can
Yeah.
put your recording on speaker.
No. But it's like reminding myself that, you know, I'm a good coach. That one of them is that I take time for self-care, because self-care makes me a better parent, because it makes me a better coach.
Right. Yes.
The more I coach, the better I'll be as a coach. You know, like all of these things that are just bolstering me in the day. And like you said, they're not lies. They're not part of the reason affirmations that have been recorded by somebody else don't really work for me is because they're just kind of like not specific to my life.
Agreed.
So that's why I did my own, because I was like, I know these things to be true.
Yes.
I just know that I need to be reminded of them sometimes.
Yes. I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're to remind you of your talents, which you've written down, your worth, and your desires, which are all there on a piece of paper because they are true. It wasn't like you were lying to, like, this is all coming from your heart. So yes, it's yours. This is you. So yes, they're things you say to yourself to keep you in the game, basically, of your blueprint. Because life can give you some fun little sidebars. Okay, so the last part in this is, I like to call it the focus 4. So the 4 things you're going to focus. That's what they say when they have a Quebecois accent. They say focus. You need to focus on whether if they're offers or if they're tasks or if they're your main priorities. These are the 4 things you're really going to focus in on, because you know when you do, you're going to start to see some momentum, some progress, some things off your what I'd like to accomplish or my goal list kind of come together. You're going to see those desired feelings really kick in. You're going to see the labels that you've put onto yourself, you know, coming together. So these are the 4 things you're focused on. Go ahead.
Sorry, I was just going to say, so you had offers, tasks, main priorities, and what was the 4th one? Or did you get there yet?
They are just anything you feel is going to help move your blueprint forward. So I had video at the time, doing retreats, speaking, and educating were the 4 sort of areas I was going to hang out. And that way I was touching on all the things I wanted to be, or what I be, not what I wanted to be. Those are my labels. That's what I am. Oh my God, girls, we did it in 50 minutes.